My dear friends, my name is Mondol from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. On behalf of Global Academy of Holistic Leadership, I welcome you. Today, I'd like to share with you a story about how to protecting a mother tongue, a story of preservation. Once, a small village nestled between the mountains lived a young boy named Adi. His home was a place of warmth and tradition, where every evening was filled with the sounds of his family's native language, Gurumi. It was a language passed down through generations, a language that held stories of their ancestors, songs of their people, and essence of their culture. Addie's grandmother, Nanny, was the keeper of the village's stories. Each night, she would gather the children around the fire and tell them tales of great warriors, brave explorers, and wise elders who had once lived in the land. She spoke in Gurumi, and the children listened intently, their hearts swelling with for their hearts swelling with pride for their heritage. One day, a group of strangers came to the village. They were from nearby town, and they spoke a different language, Talmara, a language spoken in cities and towns far and wide. They offered to help the village by building roads, bringing in new schools, and providing jobs. They told the villagers that learning Talmara would bring them prosperity and better opportunities. At first, the villagers were hesitant, but soon they began to see the benefits of speaking Talmara. The children were taught the new language in school, and the elders started in conversations with the visitors. Slowly, Gurumi began to fade. People no longer spoke it at home as often. The songs that were once sung in Gurumi were now sung in Talmara. The stories that had once lived in the voices of the older elders were being forgotten. One evening, as Adi sat beside his grandmother, he noticed a sadness in her eyes. "Why aren't you telling the stories in Gurumi anymore, Nanny?" he asked softly. "I fear," she said, her voice trembling, "that our language, our history is being forgotten. If we don't speak Gurumi, we lose our identity." Adi felt a weight in his heart. He didn't want to forget his roots. He loved the stories of his people, the songs that echoed through the generations. He knew that the power of language wasn't just in the words themselves, but in the connections they created between generations and the preservation of culture. Determined, Adis decided to act. The next day, he gathered the children of the village and began teaching them Gurumi again. They learned the old songs, and the elders helped him bring back the forgotten stories. Adis also spoke to the villagers, urging them to continue using Gurumi at home, especially when talking to their children. Slowly, the village began to reconnect with its past. The younger generation learned to speak with Talmara and Gurumi, and the elders once again shared their wisdom in their native tongue. Gurumi became a bridge between the old and the new, connecting the past and the present. In time, Adi became known as the protector of the language. He traveled to other villages, sharing the importance of preserving one's mother tongue. He taught others that the language is not just a tool for communications but a thread that ties people to their roots, their ancestors, and their cultures. And so Gurumi was saved, and the village flourished, not by abandoning the past but by embracing it and blending it with the future. The mother tongue lived on, passed down from one generation to the next, a symbol of strength and the resilience of a community that never forgot where it came from. The end.